When I was around 7, my toothless brother and I, on long, boring taxi rides in Syria, would indulge in imperialistic fantasies of how we wanted to take over the country outside our windows. My parents would quickly crush these imperial conquests by warning, "Shh, you'll get taken by Secret Service if they hear you." The walls everywhere, we were told, could hear our revolutionary ideas and would send us to prison. Whereas children here had ghosts and the boogeyman, our equivalents were our governments. Fast forward to 2010. When I first got here, someone told me, if Harvard shut its gates, it could be its own country, just like the Vatican. As I've walked through this place every day for the past 4 years, I was struck by how true this idea was. I saw it everywhere. The Harvard Nation. I saw it in the big and obvious things. We had our own version of the Statue of Liberty, the John Harvard statue, our own embassies, the Harvard clubs of Boston and London, a tax collection agency, the Harvard Alumni Association, and an endowment larger than more than half the world's countries' GDPs. We also had our own diplomatic passports. Nowhere did I see this more clearly than at U.S. immigration at Boston Logan Airport. Whenever they saw I was coming from the Middle East, "What were you doing there? Why are you here? Why did God make you from the Middle East?" But I made sure I dressed like our overly proud Harvard dads, with Harvard hat, Harvard shirt, Harvard shorts, and Harvard underwear. And as soon as they saw I was a citizen of Harvard, "Oh, you go to Harvard? Surely you must not be a national security threat. Welcome to America." And suddenly, all the gates to the American dream opened wide. I saw it everywhere, this Harvard Nation, but I saw it not just in the hard structures, but more importantly, in its invisible institutions, the invisible scaffolds around and undergirding the hard institutions. I saw it in the quarreling columns of the Crimson newspaper, its kung fu fights of ideas and lively student debates, with the potency to propel policy changes by the next morning's print. I saw it in our cluttered bulletin boards, bustling with life, with announcements of student-led conferences, Broadway-worthy shows, and dorm room projects turned World's Next Facebook, smothering each other for our cursory glimpse. A trivial detail, these cluttered boards that often slip notice. But where some saw papers, I saw passions, purpose, creativity. I saw a heartbeat of civic community's vivacity. My parents' countries were places where institutional dysfunction killed off this social dynamism and vibrant productivity, and so I felt acutely here the value of civil society and living, breathing institutions. My time here would give me a working model of a better world. Not only that, but that sense of empowerment to initiate change. You see, with those spying walls still lurking in my memory that constrained the little Napoleons in my brother and me, you might imagine my shock when, in one of my first classes here, I suddenly found myself debating a president.